Hey guys, welcome back to Self-Care Haven. Today I wanted to make another brief video, and I wanted this topic to be really short and sweet because I think it's going to be very helpful to a lot of people who are struggling with narcissistic partners, narcissistic family members, narcissistic friends, perhaps narcissists you know in the workplace. One of the defining traits that I find that all narcissists tend to demonstrate, whether it's over time or right away. So this can happen within months of meeting someone. It can happen after years. Whenever the narcissist lets his or her mask slip, you can be sure that that characteristic is going to be there. There might be a few exceptions, but it's very common across a variety of different narcissists. So, how does the narcissist react to your emotions? How does this person that you suspect has narcissistic traits react to your emotions? Now, this is a very tricky question when it comes to the idealization phase of a romantic relationship because a narcissist will often pretend like they feel the same emotions that you do. So they will love bomb you. They will show you a lot of respect and compassion and chivalry if you're a woman. They will, shower you with flattery and gifts and compliments. But how do they really care about how you feel? So over time, within a few weeks or a few months of relationship, you might witness some mask slippings, and these are moments where you realize your narcissistic partner or friend or family member isn't actually being that considerate towards your emotions. They were often mirroring you and often showing a lot of empathy and consideration in the first few stages, but then somehow their mask is slipping and that you start to realize that they really don't care about your emotions as much as they portrayed in the beginning stages of the relationship or friendship, right? So in the beginning they might have shown you some fake empathy, they might have been able to show you some compassion, but now you realize that their emotions don't really reach their eyes. It's really scary. Some narcissists have a flat affect, which comes out more and more often after they become more bored with their new source of supply and they start the devaluation phase. So you don't really notice that flat affect as much when you're in the idealization phase because they compensate for it with these gifts, these compliments, this love bombing. And then later on, when you get to the devaluation phase, you start to notice that they have this flat affect, like their emotions don't reach their eyes. Even if they tend to cry, or it's usually just a pity ploy, and the tears are very fake. And they can switch out of those tears in 1 second. And when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to confronting them about things that they did that might have been inconsiderate, you'll find that they often react by stonewalling you, which is basically shutting down a conversation before it's begun, giving you the silent treatment, showing a display of narcissistic rage because they feel that narcissistic injury, which is usually like a perceived slight or criticism that sets them off and triggers their rage. And basically it allows them to maintain control, because once you see that rage, you never want to confront them again, and you start walking on eggshells and not really confronting the real issues in the relationship or the interaction that you have with them. So however they react to your emotions, if it's in a maladaptive manner, whether it's invalidating your emotions, making fun of your emotions, criticizing your emotions, mocking your emotions, giving these fake apologies like, I'm sorry you feel that way, or I'm sorry that you think this, and they might even gaslight you and project onto you their qualities and traits. They might say, well, if you want to think that to make yourself feel better, then go ahead. When you maybe you make a legitimate complaint about their condescending tone or something that they said or did that really hurt you, they will just gaslight the hell out of you. It's a favorite technique of theirs to gaslight and project onto you what you are accusing them of, in order to escape accountability. And it's a way to manage your emotions. So if they're constantly managing your emotions so that you can basically not have emotions, that's a red flag. Even if they're not a narcissist, they're definitely a jerk. And so make sure that you watch out for these signs. It's all part of a larger cycle of emotional invalidation and psychological warfare. That's not going to get any better. And often narcissists don't seek out help in order to control their own emotional reactions to other people's emotions. So it's very unlikely that if you stay within the relationship, it won't get better. So that is one tip that I would recommend always looking out for in any person in terms of how do they react to your emotions, because narcissists do not have empathy. They don't have that ability wired into them to really put themselves into other people's shoes and feel what they might feel. And so that makes it very difficult for them to connect with other people's emotions. Some of them are incredibly gifted at conning others and performing emotions, but that doesn't mean that they actually feel them. And the way that you can start to understand is through those mask slippings. See if they're really consistent with their emotional reactions. Do they show inappropriate emotions towards your emotions when you're angry or feeling sad? Do they seem sadistically happy? Do they seem sadistically rageful? Like, do they react inappropriately? Like, what is going on with that? Make sure that you're looking at the red flags. Whether you're dating or you're in a new relationship, in a friendship, or you're reflecting on a previous relationship or friendship. Inappropriate reactions to your emotions, not okay, not healthy, and probably abusive. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the one trait that you have to look out for when it comes to finding out whether your relationship partner or friend is a narcissist or has narcissistic traits. Either way, it's going to be unhealthy unless that person is willing to change, and that's very unlikely if the person has the full-fledged personality disorder. So I want to hear your feedback. Do you have any comments on this one trait? How do you see a lack of empathy in the narcissists that you encountered, perhaps? And what kinds of interactions have you had with narcissistic partners or friends where your emotions were invalidated, or perhaps they used other techniques to really make you feel small in terms of not validating your emotions, not listening to you, and you're not feeling heard? Let me know in the comments section below. Be sure to check out my book, The Smart Girl's Guide to Self-Care, on Amazon. It's available in print and in Kindle. And be sure to check out my blog, selfcarehaven.wordpress.com. Be sure to check out my Facebook, Self-Care Haven, and Twitter, Self-Care Haven. Do you notice a pattern there? And please do subscribe to this channel, because I'll be making new videos hopefully every day. And I hope to hear from you soon. Until then, take care.